What is up, people? It's another edition of Keeping It Real Estate on the Beach. I'm your host, the real estate coach. Joining me as usual in the booth, Frank Casares, Ario Frank from Caldwell Banker.
Hey.
Elisa Alvarez, the mortgage mistress.
Hola.
And Scotty Shang, the dean of Home Ownership University.
Present.
What is up, you guys? You have a great morning?
Absolutely.
It's beautiful out there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's nice and brisk.
Well, before we get started, I want to remind everybody who's listening that the group here in the booth is going to be joined by a number of real estate professionals in Long Beach, and we're going to be taking it to the streets in 2012. We're going to be hooking up on the last Wednesday of every month to bring you a series of educational seminars on buying, selling, and investing in today's crazy real estate market. So bring your questions, bring your concerns, and an open mind. Our panel will give you the straight scoop. You can find out more about that at www.helplongbeach.com. That's helplongbeach.com. All right, let's get right into the show, shall we, everybody?
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with some mortgage information. Let's get an update in the mortgage field this morning. Elisa, we're going to talk about avoiding the freecreditreport.com scams, the truth behind these posers. Whenever it starts off with I feel like a rant's coming.
So, freecreditreport.com, we all know them. They got the great songs. They had the bands. That band got a little bit big, and they had the contest to get a new band.
Yeah, the ones on the golf cart. That was the new band. They weren't as good. The first one's in the fish restaurant.
Yeah, I'm not really into those. I'm not really into
really?
the new guys. I'm not into.
See, that's the problem with commercials like that. They're posers. But it's really catchy. It's a tune that everybody...
It is, and it sticks in your head.
It does, and that's why you call it all the time.
It's great marketing because people are going to them all the time. You wouldn't believe how many free credit reports I get. And the problem with it, though...
People print them out and bring them to you?
Yes.
And go, look,
I've had my credit pulled. Don't worry. Here you go.
Hey, now.
Yeah. But here's the issue. Well, here's the issue with that. You're getting, exactly what they say, a free credit report. But what is misleading about that is you're not getting a free credit score, which is kind of the important part that we need. Yes, it's good to have the report, but it's not the actual score. And they will have a score on these reports, but that's not your real credit score. That's an estimation that they're coming up with based off of your report.
So that's not actually what the three big ones are?
No. And I cannot tell you how many times people come in, but when we actually do pull their credit report, they're like, wait a minute, but this is my credit score. How come it's so much lower? And I tell them, well, that isn't your true and actual credit score. What we pull, what banks are going to pull this is just a guess, a guesstimate of your score.
So basically they could go to freecreditreport.notsoreal.com and still get the same thing because they could call us. And you could say, what's my credit score? And we go, I'm feeling 628. How about you guys? Feeling 628?
Let me pull this out of my hat. Let's see. What score do you want?
But okay.
Let's score what you do. So what you can do if you really want a free credit report is that you can go to annualcreditreport.com and go through them. This is, the government sponsors this, and you are actually entitled to get one free credit report every year. So I would go there. And just be aware that if you go to some place like freecreditreport.com, you may start getting charged as well. They have all sneaky stuff that they can do. So be careful what you do. I would just avoid them altogether.
Well, certainly don't give them your credit card information.
And certainly don't give them your credit card information. If it's a true free, then what are they going to do with your credit? Exactly.
Who are the three big credit reporting agencies? TransUnion, Experian,
and Equifax.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Why, if we have these three people doing this scoring...
Why are they giving you different scores?
Yes. Now, I'm not just talking different scores. I'm talking, okay, I'm a 628, I'm a 672, I'm a 710.
Right.
Or the little bald guy, he's a 520.
Yeah, the little bald guy. Yeah, they got to get rid of him.
With the Jason mask.
Again, you are a victim of marketing, Francis.
Well, here's the deal with the FICO score, and FICO being the people who come up with these scores.
What's that stand for? Is that a dog's name? It sounds like a dog's name.
You know what?
Here, FICO.
Here, go FICO.
Here, FICO.
But here's the problem with it. There isn't a set standard. There isn't a set formula to determine credit scores. And each of these bureaus have their own way of calculating it. And so
how are they any better than freecreditreport.com?
Well, because you want to know why?
Yeah, I want to know why.
Because they actually matter.
Because it matters.
There you go.
They're the ones that actually, their voices and their opinions count. So those are the ones that a bank is going to look at. And you'll want, when you do get your credit score, and it's a great thing to want to keep track of your credit report, because oftentimes there can be errors, and you do want to keep track of it. So the motive behind going to these free credit report type style websites is great. You're just going to the wrong place. So again, you'll want to go to annualcreditreport.com, or you can even call one of us up, and we can help you out on that side.
And that's free once a year? Is that right?
Free once a year that you're entitled to.
Now, do you actually get scores from annualcreditreport.com?
Well, it's still a credit report, and you would have to pay for the actual score. See, the score is actually something that you need, but they're not going to charge you for, like, 2 months down the road. You're not going to get charged by, freecreditreport.com to start getting you a service. And they're not misleading you with a score.
Misleading? Oh, no. Frank, since you're the proponent in the booth of the big banks,
I am?
Are you?
When?
Boo.
Frank's the proponent of the big banks.
Stop occupying me.
I've always needed Occupy Frank movement is now underway on the Cal State Long Beach.
Jam me in a corner and beat me up.
You're cornered.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, seriously,
Close the door, Scott.
Why do they accept? Which one do they accept? Because I'm telling you that what I just told you earlier is a real example. You get a 628, a 672, and a 710.
Yeah.
Right? So which one do they take, and why do they choose one over the other?
Now, are you talking from the seller standpoint, if you're sending an offer and sending credit scores and proof of funds and all that? Or are you talking about the bank
which
when
one
they're
do they take?
You get all three.
You get all three, but which one matters?
I always the one that they always say, and I always hear lenders say, is we go with the mid score.
Yes.
That's what they always say. So you can have a...
But then isn't that always the same one of the three?
No.
Really?
The middle score is really going to be important, because what if you have...
Middle score meaning the one in the middle of those three, not taking the three.
Say
you
you
literally throw out the highest and the lowest.
And then you take the middle.
So you can't average them or nothing?
No, you don't. You take that middle score. And what a lot of people get themselves into trouble is that they'll go to maybe a loan officer who pulls a score, but they only pull 2 bureaus or maybe just 1 bureau to qualify them. And that can get you in a lot of trouble. So once you come into escrow, now the bank is actually going to pull your all 3 scores. And whoops, that score that the loan officer, pulled was, maybe a 660. But oops, that was your high score. Your low score was a 620. And now you no longer qualify for the loan you're trying to go for. So it's really important.
They do have thresholds, and these thresholds are constantly changing.
Yep.
Back when they had stated loans, interest only, all this crazy stuff. I mean, people were golden at 620. Oh, 620, you're good.
You're golden at 580.
You're breathing. You have a pulse.
You have 620, and you can fog the mirror. You're in.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so, and we talked about that, the add-ons and talking about credit scores, but... I
think the whole thing is a gimmick. The whole thing's a gimmick.
It is a gimmick.
Everything's
It's a
a
way
gimmick
to
you,
make money.
No, because I think
this
that I am going to go out and I'm going to create my own credit scoring place. I'm going to call it the Coach's Credit Score. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till the other 3 come in, and I'm going to stick one in the middle, and they're going to pick mine. That's how.
And then you just come to us. We'll look at the credit report, and then I'll kind of give you an estimate of what the score will be.
Once again,
and I'll
we're
charge,
going
and I'll
with
take
the
my
Coach's
10%.
credit score.
You
I'll
can
take my
start
10%,
that business too, and you just need to go to one of the big banks for a loan there.
Yeah,
that business.
I could do that.
They'll help you.
But then again, when I go there, they're going to check my credit on Equifax.
Tell them I sent you, since we work so well.
Say no, thank you. I have my own credit score.
So moral of the story, guys. Moral of the story: don't go to freecreditreport.com.
Oh, there it is, right there.
All right, and don't go to any one of those.
That phone's going to start ringing anyway.
There's only one that you should go to, and that's annualcreditreport.com. So don't get fooled.
Don't get fooled again.
All right. Well, we could cross them off of our sponsorship. Let me see.
Check.
Big banks and creditscore.com.
They were both calling, and they were gonna produce a big check for K-Beach.
Whoopsie.
Up until Elisa's rant, and then it was done. So, I think this is a perfect time to go check these types of things out at one of the supporters of K-Beach Radio, and that's homeownershipuniversity.com, where you'll find this information and much more. And if you don't have a computer, like a couple of people I know, go ahead and give them a call at 714-538-4404. But go to homeownershipuniversity.com. They've got information about this and many, many other things. Basically, though, when you get there, they're going to tell you it's a scam. It's all a joke. Nothing really matters. It's just the middle score that matters.